I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that when you release your first trailer, that's important. I mean, that's your audience's first lasting impression on your movie. The first trailer for Wreck-It Ralph, great. It got everyone excited for it, and I really want to watch it right now. As for Tangled, I still remember my first reaction from the trailer for Tangled, and not in a good way. I can't be the only one who noticed that this was not actually part of the movie, and I can't describe how glad I am that this was not actually part of the movie, or a good representation of the movie. Despite what a lot of the marketing would lead you to believe, Tangled is actually a very sincere and at times almost archaic Disney movie, just with modern influences. It's got a lot of comedy, but not in the same tone as the parody-like movie in this trailer.
Let down your
Putting aside that this trailer makes the movie out to be some sort of DreamWorks clone, the rest of the marketing has one major thing in common: a focus on Flynn Rider, and there's a huge focus on him, so much that you'd think that he was the protagonist, in a movie that was literally called Rapunzel. Nearly every promotional material had Flynn right there beside Rapunzel, because otherwise, the movie would be too girly. Why is this? Well, the Disney company seemed to thought that the reason The Princess and the Frog performed modestly at the box office is because they marketed the movie as a girls' movie, and because it had the word princess in the title, boys didn't want to watch it. I know, it's shallow. Their logic for why that's how it underperformed being that because it was targeted only to girls, that means they only had half of their demographic sold and thus only half of their sales. But they seem to have forgot that the Disney Princess line makes how many millions each year, not to mention how successful their past princess movies were. So yeah, personally I don't think it was a case of bad gender marketing, but a case of a hand-drawn animated movie running up against Alvin and the Chipmunks. You should know by now not to compete with CGI rodents. The point is that Disney was all afraid that if they called this movie Rapunzel and marketed it as a Disney princess movie again, then everyone would think this movie is only for girls. So they made up their minds that they wanted to market this movie for both girls and boys. And so that means playing up the role of the cool, swashbuckling thief Flynn Rider, making the movie seem like it was actually called Flynn Rider, and some girl with long hair too. In reality, though, the movie is still a classic Disney fairy tale. It's still a musical, which none of the trailers mentioned, by the way, and it's still focused on Rapunzel, with Flynn not even appearing on screen until 2 full songs in. However, he does later play a big role in the movie, and he definitely is the secondary protagonist next to Rapunzel herself. In fact, Flynn's role and prominence is not unwelcomed. I like him. He's funny.
Why is he smiling at me?
And I like how there's so much of a focus on both these characters in the actual movie, rather than him being a generic Disney prince. In fact, it's kind of weird calling him a Disney prince because he seems like such a fleshed out character, but yeah, technically he is. The fact that he has a name makes him more fleshed out than half of them. Likewise, I at first didn't like the title Tangled, but I really like it now, and I think it completely suits the movie. And even the marketing itself ended up having some really funny viral ads.
Whoa! It's a single tower!
And anything that has viral marketing is just plain awesome.
Smolder by Flynn.
Sometimes, no words need to be spoken.
But I still hate that first trailer. I'm sorry, but that was just not a good first impression. To this day, because of the title change, people will still refer to her as the girl from Tangled, or the Tangled Girl, or Princess Tangled. I mean, geez, it's not like Rapunzel, such an obscure, hard to remember name.